right, so in this video, I'm actually taking you guys to a brand new neighborhood that just opened up on my house. They did their grand opening this past weekend. I feel like the past few weeks I've always done a community that's just opening or about to open. So I think that kind of just shows to show the growth of this general area. So this community is going to be in Winchester. Like I said, it just opened. It's kind of like a boutique community. They're going to have less than 50 homes here, and it's in a really good area. Kind of not too busy. You're going to be right off of Winchester Road. You're really close to shopping, schools. 15-20 minute drive from the mall down in Temecula, and you've also got lots of parks around. So I'm really excited to go ahead and hop into this community. There's also no HOA in this community, so for those of you who are HOA Nazis, you're good here. There's going to be no HOA. So like I said, there's going to be less than 50 homes here. So just a quick little opportunity to get into the French Valley or Winchester area at a pretty decent price. And like I said, you're gonna be close to a lot of different things. So what we're gonna do in this video, I'm gonna hop into the 2 model homes that they got there. Now they only do 3 floor plans in this community. So I'm gonna show you 2 of them. Odds are that I have the one that's not modeled. I'm gonna have that on film at a different community that this builder has. So if you wanna see that one, let me know. Okay, but we'll see a 1-story house. We'll see one of the 2-story houses, and kind of just, show you guys what it's like to live here, go over school, shopping, medical care, things to do, all that sort of stuff, just to see if this could be your somewhere in SoCal. So if you like anything you see throughout today's video, make sure you go ahead and reach out. My phone number is going to be on the screen right now, whether you want to come out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever. I would love to be your local guide to this area and help you find your somewhere in SoCal, whether it's here or somewhere else. The other thing, this is a show I post every single Saturday at 8 a.m. So if you like this sort of stuff, we're entering new houses, new communities, showing you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. If you like the stuff, do the stuff, like, subscribe, tap that notification bell. That way you stay up to date on everything going on in this local area. Anyways, I'm about to turn into the community, so let's go ahead and get this tour started. All right, so we're gonna start this thing off with their smallest house that they've got available. This one right behind me is gonna be Plan 1882. It is 1,882 square feet. We're gonna have 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. You got an optional 4th bedroom where there's gonna be a den that I'll show you here a little bit later. And this one here starts at $623,000. So kind of just give you a feel of this one from the outside. They got the Spanish style exterior here. Now this will be a 2-car garage right here. Right now that is the sales office where Kelly's at. So if you come here without me, don't do that. But if you do, tell Kelly that Mike sent you. Anyways, we'll walk on up into this one. Nice blue door. And boom. All right, so now we got hopefully some more quiet since there's no construction going on. My glasses away, and let's look at this little entryway here. So got a nice long hallway there. We'll turn to the right though. We got bedroom number 1 right here. Wow, there's a lot of room at the foot of the bed here. That's the first thing that I notice. And then you do have the 9-foot ceilings here, and a nice big window looking out to the front. Sliding wooden closet doors there, and probably a good spot for a TV right there. So bedroom 1. All right, then in this little nook of the house, we've got bedroom 2. They got this one set up as a nursery. Oh, under the seat, all the little animals there. I'd like to show you guys the inspiration. All right, but you got a nice little setup here for a nursery. Now, I'm just gonna be truthful with you guys. This does feel like it might be a tad small. I guess maybe like if it wasn't a nursery is what I'm trying to say, but if you guys maybe put a bed doing that way, you could probably just do a different orientation of the bed and make this room functional. Right? I don't think the bed in the middle of the room works here for like a normal sized bed. That's just me though. Let's see how deep this closet is. Oh, way deeper than you'd think. All right, cool. Walk on next to that. We're gonna have bathroom number 1. So this is kind of the bathroom that these 2 rooms would share, and then any guests that you have. All right, but you got the sink there. Nice big old mirror. Shower tub combo. Got the high rod up there. It's a little design hack, make your bathroom look more elegant, put the shower curtain rod higher. Anyways, we'll walk on. Keep walking down. All right, before we get to the good stuff, we'll turn to the left over here. So we got our garage access right here. So this is currently the sales office. All right, right off of that, we're gonna have a little coat closet. And across from that, we've got our laundry room. Rack up top there, washer, dryer, all the normal stuff. And then I'm gonna guess, yep, brains of the house there. So Wi-Fi router and stuff would go in there typically. And then right here, we've got a little flex room den area. Love the way they set this up. I'm someone who mainly works from home unless I'm taking you guys out to see houses. So I think having a home office is something I always look for. So this is kind of a cool setup here. But this could be bedroom number 4, as you see right here. So in the opening to this, before I walked in the house, I told you guys 3 to 4 bedrooms. This would be bedroom number 4 potentially. Like those big bookshelf thingies. Here's how this little office is set up. All right, let's go see the rest of the house though. Walk further on down this hallway. You're gonna have a big naked wall right here, but go put some art on it, or an entryway table, or a giant mirror like this one. Walk on back and boom. Nice open living area right here. So you got the kitchen, the dining, the living room. We'll start off with the kitchen. Kind of spin this around. All right. Now, a lot of people ask, like in the models, like what's an upgrade and what's not, and this and that. So they do a pretty good job of always modeling one house with like the basic stuff it comes with. So these white cabinets and this granite countertop right here are both kind of stock options. Now, this backsplash back here, that is not included. All right, so you're not gonna, that's kind of an upgraded backsplash, but you'll usually get like a 6-inch backsplash. You have the option to get something like this and do the extended backsplash and the underlighting and all that kind of stuff, but that's not standard. But, all right, the slide-in range, standard, or oven. All right, countertops, standard. Cabinets, kind of standard. The floor, now in the models, you'll never see like the basic standard flooring because their hope is to get thousands of people in there, and bad flooring would, when I say bad, like the cheaper flooring would get worn out. All right, but here's kind of just a setup for the kitchen right here. You do have the pantry right there with all the designs for everything. So a little pantry. Now, one thing I really like about this, and if you've been following along for a while, all right, no sink in the island. I love that. All right, the sink's gonna be off to the side over here. All right, I'm someone who likes to entertain a lot at my house, so you know, hanging out at the island, putting the chips and the guac and charcuterie boards or whatever we got going on, whatever the theme is that day, everyone just hanging out around the island is something I like. So having no sink and dirty dishes is huge. All right, we got our nice little dining area set up right here. The sliders going out to the back. We'll check that out in a second. And then we've got our living room set up right here. All right, so nice big area rug to kind of establish the area. I think it's just such a nice touch. There we go, windows galore, the slider, that big window. Real nice setup down here. Anyways, let's go outside and see the back. Holy smokes, this view. Oh man, look at that view. I don't know if this camera's gonna do it justice, but this is gorgeous. All right, imagine if it wasn't like a rainy day. And then side note, real quick, behind this mountain here, like this little hill, once you go on the other side of it, like if you're down on Winchester Road down there and you're driving that way, because we just got rain, you can see Big Bear all snow-capped up there. It looks really cool. Anyways, in the backyard, you're gonna get basically like one sidewalk block, and the rest is gonna be all dirt. So you got a blank canvas to do whatever you want. You can see kind of an example here. All right, anyways, so let's go on back. See the master now. All right, so up there you got bedrooms 1, 2, and possibly 3, and then you're gonna have your master back here. Wow, really good sized master bedroom here, like really wide. I mean, you see that's guys, this bed is super wide. Then you got the nightstands on each side, or the dressers on each side, and then still lots of room between the wall and the dressers there, or the nightstands. So lots of space there. You got a nice window looking out to the backyard. Little chair in the corner. Your socks and shoes on in the morning, and then a perfect wall for a TV. So that's there, and then boom, we got our master bathroom. So you got the sliding glass shower doors here, the little benches inside there. Now you are gonna have the option, KB does custom like build to order type homes when you buy dirt. So you can do the like walk-in shower with the glass doors and a soaking tub, but you would probably lose this linen closet or parts of it. All right, so that is an option there if you're a must-have bath person. All right, over here I'm gonna have your his and hers sinks, dual sinks I should say. All right, you got the nice big mirror. Then you're gonna have 3 drawers, 2 cabinets underneath the sinks. Over here we got our throne area. Throne area right there, and then right here we got a really good sized walk-in closet for this one. You can like literally, it's legitimate. You can legitimately walk in. All right, there we go. I'm gonna do my spin test. Oh my gosh, my gimbal's losing track of me. Anyways, you can totally spin in here and get the job done. Anyways, this right here was planned 1882. It is 1,882 square feet, 3 to 4 beds, 2 bathrooms, and this one right here starts at $623,000. Next up, we got plan 2874. This is gonna be their largest floor plan. It's gonna be 2,874 square feet. We're gonna have 5 beds, 3 bathrooms, plus a loft, and this one starts at $721,000. All right, so we got the nice exterior on this one, but let's go ahead and walk on up. Nice little pillars. I like the little lantern things on each side of the garage there. Anyways, we'll walk on into this one with a nice little reddish orange door. And boom. Alrighty. So you got the little hallway here right as we enter. But we'll go ahead and turn to the right. Alright, you're gonna have bedroom number 1 right here, as we typically do with houses that are 2 stories and have 4 to 5 bedrooms. All right, so you got a nice little setup here, window looking out to the front. Feels like a pretty good sized secondary room. You got your sliding wooden closet door over there. I'll check how deep that is in a sec. Perfect spot for a TV. Let's go see what we're working with there. Does it go deep? Not as, it looks, it's as deep as it looks like it would be. All right, right here we got this nice little like entryway cabinet type thing where you can do a cool setup. Now, most of the time I know like there's always like a coat closet here. This is kind of a unique little setup here. And right here we're gonna have our bathroom. So bathroom number 1, this will be like the downstairs guest bathroom, and whoever lives or stays in this first bedroom we just saw. I do like the color palette here with that tannish color and the dark finishes. And you get the dark trim on the shower too. Like that. Anyways, and then all this nice big wall here. They got the accent wall going with a pop of color. And they got some artwork there. We'll go up the stairs later. But right here, we're gonna have a nice little coat closet, I'm guessing, with some storage under the stairs. Yep. So we got a little coat closet area there. And then as we go under here, you got some storage under the stairs. Or a movie theater. If you've been around for a while, you know the story. Anyways, let me walk into our great room area. So we got our, let me just do a quick little pan for you. So we got the whole little TV setup, living room area over here. And you're gonna have our designated dining area there and kind of wrap around to the kitchen over here. So kind of a unique setup, but let's go ahead and get started in the kitchen over here. So you're gonna have your garage access right here to that 2-car garage. Then right here is probably, yep, the pantry. All right. So if I'm being real, not the biggest pantry for this size of house, but I think there's people out there that's enough. All right, and then we got our kitchen right here. So once again, no sink in the island, which I love, but you got nice countertops here. All right, they got 3 at the bar, or 3 bar stools. You could probably squeeze 4. You got the pennant lights hanging down below. I really like that color combo with the tan and the dark finishes. Then you got the extended backsplash here. Sink. A window looking out to the side. Got the electric stove top. So just kind of showing you some more of the upgrades that they've got available. Now, my biggest complaint with the way this one's set up is that there's no TV access. I know, and I know most of the time, like I'll bring you guys out and you guys like, oh, we like how you say that because we're the same way. So my biggest complaint here is no TV access unless you put the TV where that little lamp is over there. All right, but you don't have a straight shot view, but whatever. All right, you got your dining area over here with the area rug. Got that China, I'll call it a China cabinet over there. Set up here. And then over here, we've got basically our living room. Once again, got 2 area rugs in this great room area. Open living space. So you got the L-shaped couch in the corner. You got lots of natural light coming through those windows. The table's really nice. Got a little chair for whoever's gonna be sitting there. The odd person out. All right. And then you got right there. So I like how they got the kind of the color there that matches the entryway wall. So a little setup there. Got it nice. All right, let's go see the backyard real quick. All right, so once again, some nice views out in the distance there. But you'll have just your one sidewalk block and the rest is up to your imagination. So I'm kind of just giving you guys a little taste of what the builders did. So you can kind of see what you might want to do. Press the gimbal and it like just comes to me. So we're gonna walk upstairs. Oh my gosh. All right, so we'll go ahead and walk up the stairs now. Railing on the side there. You do have a landing here. I know that's some people, that's a big deal too. So you got the little landing, wrap around to go up. Ooh, I like that clock. That's kind of cool. All right, one thing I will show you guys is kind of the window as you're coming up there. So lots of natural light up here as we head toward the loft. So a pretty good loft area here. Now that's the biggest thing. People come from LA, Orange County, San Diego. If you're coming from a house, right, most of those houses don't have lofts. So this is kind of just like the hangout spot. I know at my house, like our upstairs loft is, downstairs is just a decoration now. We all just sit on the couch and watch movies and TV and all that stuff. So anyways, nice setup here with the loft. You can do a lot of different things. All right, the master's gonna be off to the side over there. We'll save that for last, like I always do. All right, but as we go to the other side of the house here, we've got a really good sized laundry room. The floating cabinets up top, washer, dryer, brains of the house. And I've been seeing a lot of people set up their dog stuff right here, so pretty cool. And then you got the utility sink right here. Now, the floating cabinets and the utility sink, those are upgrades. So you're usually just gonna get like one rack above there, and that's kind of it. You know, this big empty space over here. All right, but some people really like having that utility sink and kind of decking things out with the cabinet and stuff like that. So I just want to show you those options. And then across from that, we're gonna have a linen closet. All right, one thing to check out when you're buying a new house is kind of just the storage space. Make sure you got enough storage for what you got, or you have to buy some stuff to store stuff. And it's got another bedroom right here. Guys, this is a really big secondary room. I don't know if this camera's doing it justice or not, but this is really big. All right, you do have 8-foot ceilings here. Someone wrote a comment last week about the 8-foot, 9-foot, or basically talking trash about the 8-foot ceilings. So, and these are 8-foot. I have, at my house, I think this upstairs is 8-foot. So, is what it is. All right, we got a nice little setup here. Then we're gonna have a little pop-in walk-in closet, I'm guessing. A little pop-in closet there. So you got some space to hang some stuff. Or maybe put some dressers down low. Keep continuing down this hallway. All right, our next bedroom right here. This one feels a tad smaller than the one we were just in, but still pretty good sized secondary room. Got the window looking out to the side of the house over there. That's a nice spot for a TV. And then we got another pop-in walk-in closet thing here. And then boom. Another bedroom. I'm really liking this setup here where they kind of put it against the wall, because when you do that, just look how much space there is. Right? I know when I when I was a kid, and number one, my room wasn't this big. I had to share it with my brother. All right. I'm sure there's people out there that kind of can relate. All right. But I think pushing something in the corner like that just opens up so much more space in these rooms. So the builder wants to give you that dream scenario of the bed in the center with nightstands on each side, and that's not always the best layout or orientation, right? I think, personally with this setup, I like this, because then you got this person here. I'm just thinking of like teenage me or something, right? You got like your TV over there and a little cutout, or even in the middle there, and you're just chilling here. You got all this space here. You can even just throw a desk there if you put the TV there. So lots of different options. All right, and you do have this pop-in, walk-in closet thing, same as the other ones basically. All right, and then next to that, you got our bathroom for upstairs. So everyone upstairs is gonna share this bathroom basically. So you got the dual sinks, 3 drawers, 2 cabinets. Oh, there's a good example of some upgraded flooring for the bathroom here. Shower tub combo, toilet, all the normal stuff. Anyways, all right, so now we're gonna walk back toward the loft and turn left to show you guys the master bedroom. Walk on in here and, wow, really good size. So nice and wide. I always like to pay attention to just the size of the bed and look at the nightstands or dressers on the side and see how much space there is from that to the wall. It's always a good indicator. And then I think this room, you could even change things up, and maybe not with that there, but you could put the bed this way. If it'll fit between those 2 windows, then you kind of got some symmetry there. Anyways, give you a little feel for what this room's like. Nice spot for the TV there. Anyways, we'll walk on into the master bathroom. All right, before we get there, we're gonna have a walk-in closet here. So decent sized walk-in closet right here. Walk further on down, we're gonna have our throne area right there. And then showcasing some more of the different types of flooring here. All right, and then we kind of get to the good stuff. You got the dual sinks, you got the dressers and the cabinets underneath. Then you've got the soaking tub, the walk-in shower there. Now, the one thing with the shower, right, you're not gonna have like a bench or ledge there. So like your shampoos and stuff, you either gotta get some shelving or hanging things or put them on the floor. Got that there. And then right here, I do wanna showcase this backsplash that they got going on for this bathroom. So kind of a cool setup in this bathroom. And just out in the distance, just the views again. I like them. Anyways, that's gonna wrap this one up. This right here was plan 2874. It is 2,874 square feet. We've got 5 beds, 3 bathrooms, plus this awesome loft at the top of the stairs. And this one right here starts at $721,000. Alrighty guys, so next up, I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna hop on the map and show you guys what it's like to actually live here. We'll go over schools, shopping, medical care, things to do, all that sort of stuff. So anyways, let's dive into the computer and check this area out. Alrighty, so where the heck are we? All right, so we're at this brand new community in basically South Winchester / French, you see French Valley right here. So what does the actual address say? It says, the actual address says Menifee, of course, go figure. Anyways, so we are at this community right here. And as I mentioned, we'll start off with the schools. We got really great access to the schools here. You probably saw it on the drone shots. But we'll go ahead here, and we are at Harvest Valley STEAM Academy is what we're zoned to, which is the community right behind. So we're looking at a 1-minute drive for basically K through 8. You're literally right there. Your kids can walk to and from school. Okay, and then as far as high school goes, since K through 8 is taken care of, you got Liberty High School in Winchester. It is an 8-minute drive, so basically a straight shot up. So go straight up the street we're on here, turn right on Leon, and boom, you're at the high school. All right, so about an 8-minute drive to the high school here. Now, this is one of the high schools that everyone wants to go to. Great athletic facilities, awesome academic track, basically a brand new high school here. So you got that there. You've also got, for the JC route, you got Mount San Jacinto for any JC people. All right, so Mount San Jacinto College, we're about 15 minutes away from there. And then if we're someone who needs like a 4-year school, I will do San Marcos. People have been asking about 4-year schools recently. About 45 minutes to an hour away from Cal State San Marcos, so not too bad. It's actually a really easy drive. Depending on time of day, there is some traffic going down through here, but it's just a beautiful drive kind of through the hills there. So about 48 minutes right now. I'm filming this at 1:30 in the afternoon, so take that for what it's worth. Next up, we'll do medical care. All right. So there's a Kaiser facility in Marietta, which is really close, about 12 minutes from there. It's going to have urgent care, pharmacy, medical offices. They're allegedly going to build a hospital on the land behind it eventually, I've heard, but they haven't even moved any dirt to do that, I don't think. So for now, it's just that. As far as hospitals go or other medical facilities, you got Loma Linda, which is right next to Kaiser, basically, just a couple minutes away from there. So 12 minutes to get there. They also have a, I don't say kids hospital or children's hospital, but like kids medical offices there associated with Loma Linda right there. So that's that as far as medical care goes. As far as shopping goes, we're actually in a really good spot here because you're close. As I go here, you see you're on Winchester Road. This is like the main highway that goes to anywhere. So if you're someone who needs to drive to work, right, or go anywhere really, you're gonna go north or south on the 79 here. It's basically just a street, Winchester Road. It's not the highway that most of you guys are probably thinking of like when I think of a freeway or something like that. But you got this shopping center here. I'll do EOS Fitness because that's the first shopping center. All right, we're 8 minutes from there. All right, there's a bunch of different stuff going on in here. But this is my gym. This is where I go. So if you are a 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning workout person, you'll see me there. Anyways, so we got EOS Fitness, we got McDonald's, El Pollo Loco, Jersey Mike's, Panera, 7-Eleven gas station here, Quick Quack Car Wash, Chipotle. You got Grocery Outlet, the grocery store there. So you got a few different options right there. Now this empty land, actually, you know, these corners here, they're looking at building there as well. And then the other shopping center, I'll show you in a second. They're all zoned for commercial here, where there's gonna be more shopping centers coming eventually. But next up, I'll just do this one where Stater Brothers is. And this other shopping center, which is like 1 minute further, basically. All right, another good shopping center here where you can have Stater Brothers. That's where you get your grocery shopping done, basically. CVS, some Chinese food. There's a good poke place here. This is where Starbucks is, so anyone who needs that Starbucks fix, Starbucks is here. Del Taco, Pizza Factory. It's kind of a cool spot to go watch some sports games. When we get done with our Little League games, we kind of go here and drink some beers, eat some pizzas, let the kids play in the arcade. What else do they got here? Across the way over here, you got Carl's Jr. You've got Denny's, Jack in the Box, Taco Bell. There's a Mexican spot here called El Burrito next to the gas station. You got Farmer Boys, you got Popeyes. So lots of different food options right here at this corner. And then we're also pretty close to the mall, generally speaking. So Promenade Temecula, all right, it's about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, depending on traffic. So this is the more traditional mall that people think of, the indoor mall with the department stores, the food court, movie theaters. They've also got Round One Bowling and arcade there. They got a Costco down here. Now there is a Costco closer, which I'll show you here in a second, but I just want to show you the mall. It's here. The Costco that's closer is going to be in Marietta. All right, about 10 minutes away. So you got this shopping center here, which has Costco and all the stuff you see. Target on the other side of the freeway over here, Home Depot. You're gonna have Aldi, Farmer Boys, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's, Costco, another Farmer Boys, Blaze Pizza. So all kinds of stuff here. So pretty good stuff as far as shopping goes within basically a little bit more than 10 minutes for this. And then the mall's about 20 minutes away. Next up, let's do what I want to show you guys. Let's do the airports next, I guess. So Ontario Airport. Guys, if you're new to this, I do these airports as points of reference. All right, most of you aren't going to fly out of some of these, but it's just a point of reference. Ontario is literally just say, hey, there's a cool airport that's really easy to get in and out of. All right, so the Ontario Airport is about an hour, a little bit over an hour away from this location. When I can, I fly out of here because, like I said, it's easy to get there. Not as much traffic. Security lines are pretty short. You can leave your car parked there and get a little deal. All right, San Diego, for anyone who needs to, you know, if you're not going to use this airport, at least maybe go down to the Gaslamp Padre game, or maybe you're military and you need to commute about an hour and 15 minutes. John Wayne over in Irvine, hour and 15 minutes. The Palm Springs Airport. So if you're not going to fly out of Palm Springs Airport, maybe you want to go to the resorts, the casinos, the golf, whatever. All right, hour 15 there. We'll do LAX. LAX is just under 2 hours to get into the LAX area over there. So Got that there. Let's do Disneyland as far as fun things to do. About an hour and 20 to this spot there, so not too shabby. I was just down there this past weekend for my daughter's cheerleading. They came in first place again. If you've been following along, my daughter's cheer team is like really good. So they've done 2 competitions this year, first place both times. Yeah, so I'll be back there this weekend. So the day after this video, I'll be back at Disneyland for another cheerleading thing. Next up, I'll wrap this map tour up with the beaches. So we got La Jolla Shores Beach down in San Diego, hour 15 minutes away there. So aside from the beach, they got cool little restaurants and stuff right there. Oceanside Pier, a little bit over an hour. Dana Point for an Orange County Orange County Pier or beach, hour 25. Huntington Beach, just to show that off, hour and 38 to get over there. So that kind of shows you everything there. Anyways, let's send it back over there to wrap this video up. All right, guys, so there was a bunch of noise outside. You might have heard it during some of the video, so I wasn't going to do my outro to wrap things up with a bunch of noise. So anyways, driving home right now. That was it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Toured the 2 model homes that they've got there. Now keep in mind, they do have 3 floor plans right now. I did hear from Kelly, the salesperson over there, that they are talking about adding some more floor plans, even making it more affordable with something starting in the high 5s or low 6s. So a little bit smaller than that first home we saw. And then they're also talking about adding another 2-story home that's a little bit smaller than that last one that we just saw. So just trying to make it more affordable for everyone. So again, this is a no HOA community in the Winchester / French Valley area. We've got great schools. You saw in the drone shots there. We are right by the school for K through 8. All right, and we're really close, relatively speaking, to Liberty High School, which is the brand new high school in Menifee, which a lot of people really want to go to because of the academic track there. So close to shopping, close to schools, close to stuff. All right, so if you like what you saw and maybe want to come out and see one of these houses, make sure you go ahead and reach out. My phone number is going to screen right now, whether you want to come out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever. I would love to, be your local guide to this area and help you find your somewhere in SoCal, whether it's here, there, since I left, or somewhere else. All right, that's the biggest thing. I'm able to get in touch with you guys. Maybe we Zoom beforehand or hop on a phone call and really get to know you and kind of pinpoint some different areas that might be a good fit for you. So because I've filmed hundreds of these, I've probably been in almost like several hundred homes. Like, that's not even me fluffing numbers for you. It's just facts at this point, because I've been doing this for 2 years on the YouTube stuff, touring these new builds. So I'm able to give you guys some really good information and really guide you based on, conversations with you and kind of seeing what your wants, needs, budget, timeline, all that sort of stuff. And, speaking of timeline, as we get close to the end of the year, there's gonna be lots of specials here in the next couple weeks, especially because these builders want to move inventory. That way they have one more little checkbox of a house or a unit they sold before the end of the year. So there's gonna be some good deals out there right now. So, like I said, make sure you go ahead and reach out to me. I would love to help you out. The other thing, if you like the sort of stuff where I'm showing you guys new houses, new communities, showing you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal, if you like the stuff, do the stuff, like, subscribe, tap that notification bell. That way you stay up to date on everything going on in this local area. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. YouTube's gonna put a video over this shoulder. If you like this video, you're probably gonna like that one, and I'll see you in there.